Hey, what is up, everybody? So I just got the iPhone 8 the other day, and I kind of actually just real quick, which one do you think is the iPhone 8? It's kind of easier to tell. This one is the iPhone 8 right here, and I kind of wanted to compare it to the iPhone 6. And honestly, there is a lot in common, even just starting off with just like how they look. I'll compare like speed, camera, all that stuff, but ultimately with just the body itself, you can see that they look somewhat similar. The biggest difference is honestly from the back. The iPhone 8 has a glass back where the iPhone 6 only had like aluminum metal kind of thing. And honestly, I kind of prefer this type of layout over this with a glass back, only because there's so many fingerprints and so much stuff. I just hate fingerprints. Obviously, I can get a skin or a case or something, but I think the iPhone 7 had it perfect where they had this type of build, but it was more cleaner. I like that a lot. And also the screens. The screens are the same exact resolution, the same exact PPI. This screen on the iPhone 8 can get brighter, but I don't think I'm ever in a situation where like, man, I really wish I had a brighter screen, unless I'm like outside doing work. But even then, I don't really work outside all that much. I really should start working outside though, because like I'm gaining a lot of weight, but whatever. So hopping to the back real quick, the iPhone 6 had a 8 megapixel camera. It was only capable of shooting 1080p videos at 30 frames per second, but it could shoot 720p videos at 60 frames per second. So that's pretty cool. You know, you can do like slow-mo and stuff. The iPhone 8's camera is the best camera out there. It is a super good sensor. It can shoot 4K videos. It can shoot quad HD videos at 60 frames per second and shoot 1080p videos up to 240 frames per second. And that's amazing. You know, that might not matter to a lot of people, but for someone like me who's kind of like a video and filmmaker, you can do a lot with a camera like that. And now speed-wise, I'm going to do a speed test in a second, but the iPhone 6 had an Apple A8 chip and the iPhone 8 has a Apple A11 chip. So this phone is going to be faster. Everything you throw at it, it's going to last longer. It's going to be much more speedier. It's going to be, you know, it's just a better phone. The iPhone 8 also has a hexa-core processor and the iPhone 6 has a dual-core processor. And the biggest difference is the iPhone 6 has 1 gigabyte of RAM and the iPhone 8 has 2 gigs of RAM. The iPhone 6s and the iPhone 7 all both had 2 gigs of RAM, but comparing the iPhone 8 to the iPhone 6, the iPhone 8 knocks out in a long shot. There's like no competition. So these phones pretty much have both the same apps in them. There's nothing in multitasking, as you can see. Let's go ahead and bust open something. Both these phones are running iOS 11 and they don't have anything the multitasking or whatever. So let's go ahead and just open up like apple.com. 3, 2, 1. And again, I don't know why this always happens, but the iPhone 6 beat the iPhone 8 just by a little bit, but that's like, so let's go ahead and actually hop out of them and just reopen Safari. 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 8 is like beat it by like multiple seconds. No surprise there. Let's go ahead and open up Temple Run. 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 8 beat it by multiple seconds again. As you can see here, it is on a loading screen or playing screen, and this already beat it. This iPhone 8 is literally killing the iPhone 6. Let's do real racing. 3, 2, 1. Now I am on different stages, but just the whole booting experience, the iPhone 8 did beat the iPhone 6 by a long shot again. So the iPhone 8 is much faster, and one thing, and that's a theory of mine, and a lot of people disagree with me, but I kind of seem this to be true. As Apple pushes more updates on the phone, they tend to make the older phones kind of slower, so then like they're like, oh my god, this phone doesn't work anymore, so then they go ahead and upgrade to the iPhone, to the newest iPhone, whatever it is. And I think that's a reason why Apple supports their phones for so long, is because they phase out the older ones by like miscellaneous updates that kind of slow down the phone and speed up the newer phones. So they're like, man, I have to upgrade. So it's kind of a clever thing if that's why. I mean, obviously there's multiple factors. I appreciate Apple, you know, updating the phones, but iOS 11 on the iPhone 6 is alright. iOS 11 on any phone isn't really that good right now. And what else is not good with the iPhone 6 specifically is battery life. Now, these phones both have the same battery size, but the iPhone 8 does have a better chip and whatnot. But one thing too is like the iPhone 8 is way more powerful. So even though it is powerful, it's going to suck up a little bit more battery than what the iPhone 6 would. But the iPhone 6 is kind of an old phone right now, so if you get one, the battery might have deteriorated a little bit, and it's not going to be anything near a brand new iPhone that with a brand new battery. So unless you're getting a brand new iPhone 6, which they do still sell brand new iPhone 6s, then the battery life might be okay, but if you're getting it used, you're going to run into some problems. Now, ultimately, between these two phones, which one should you get? Obviously, this is exactly the way I put it. This phone right here, iPhone 8, is $800. And this iPhone 6, you can get an iPhone 6 right now, literally. If you wait until Black Friday, you can probably pick one up for like $100, honestly. Now, if you want a 64 gigabyte iPhone 6, you're probably running you maybe like $150, $175 on eBay or Amazon. I'll leave some links in the description. But If you want to use one, you can probably get one for like $175 in decent condition. Now, this one was almost $800 for 64 gigabytes. I don't personally think that the iPhone 8 is whatever, 800 minus 175. I don't think the iPhone 8 is worth $600 more than the iPhone 6 right now. I don't think that. I don't think this phone is worth $800. It's a very good phone, don't get me wrong. It's an amazing phone. But even compared to the iPhone 6, you know, I could use the iPhone 6 every day and probably not miss out on too much. It's on iOS 11 right now. I'll probably downgrade it to iOS 10.3.3, honestly. But the iPhone 8 is not worth $800, I don't think. Amazing phone. I love Apple. I love their products, but they haven't really brought too much to the table besides more speed. And if you're an average user, if you're like someone, you know, like me, I honestly, it might seem like I use tons of apps and I'm like in speed and I need all the speed in the world. I really don't. My usage is pretty minimal. I use like the same apps all the time: Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, YouTube Studio, whatever, YouTube app, all that stuff. So I don't really need a lot of power. So think about it like this: you can get 4 iPhone 6s for one iPhone 8. So you can get iPhone 6s for the whole family versus one iPhone 8 per person. Now, would I tell you to go get the iPhone 6 over the iPhone 8? Definitely not. But what I will say is I would look at maybe getting an iPhone 6s or an iPhone 7 because those phones are still really, really good. I use the iPhone 6 Plus as a daily driver, and I try to use the iPhone 8 as a daily driver. I just can't do it. I can't justify the price, and I just feel bad carrying it around because I kind of think it's a waste of money. But I'm gonna have separate videos of the iPhone 8 versus the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 6s, so stay tuned for those videos. If you're new here though, add me on all the social networks you see on the screen. If this video did help you out in any way though, please hit that like button. Comment down if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything. But if you're extremely new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get 20,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Like I've said before, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, but I need all the supporters I can. But more importantly than anything else I've talked about, I love all of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.